Yeah, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. So I'm going to talk for about 5 minutes. So if that's too much, just interrupt me. I won't take it personally. So there's several things that I'd like to share with folks on the call. I know many of you, so thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm sure it was a late night for a lot of folks last night. So good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're located. So I'll kind of go through the post-COVID relationship with smart health clubs chronologically. I think it might be a little easier to follow along. So we went pre-COVID from first come, first serve in terms of access. And what I mean by that is you come to the gym, you check in whenever you want. You want to go to a yoga class or a spin class, you come, and if you get a bike, you get a bike. We had never done any advanced reservations or things like that. So as we all know, in the post-COVID world, that changed completely. So we really had to lean heavily on smart health clubs, not only to do this period, but to do it in an efficient way that our members were going to appreciate and it was going to feel like an upgrade to them. So we are running 100% of our check-ins through the Smart Health Clubs app. So it's a functional purpose of doing that, but it's also ease of use. So without Smart Health Clubs, we were looking at backup plans of having to log into the website and, all this clunky stuff that just isn't the same as if you're doing it through an app. So every member has a reservation to get into the club. They check in and they check out. Same thing with group fitness classes, same thing with pool reservations. And we actually have a couple rooftop pool clubs that are classified as restaurants that were able to open before the gym. And we were running our entire restaurant operation out of Smart Health Clubs. And this is partially features that were available out of the box through the Smart Health Clubs app. And part of it, Praveen had to build for us on the fly in order to allow us to operate our business. So it was a very powerful, seamless start to not only getting positive feedback on how we're handling the pandemic, but our members have been telling us, this is great. Like, let's do this, into perpetuity. It's so easy. And I like the guarantee of knowing that I have a spot in the class, in the pool, in the restaurant, what have you. Next item I want to talk about is it gave us the opportunity to downsize some of our softwares. I'm sure most of the folks on the call have a dozen plus softwares that they use. So when I was talking to Praveen, I said, listen, I'd be happy to have less softwares to worry about. But the features that you provide have to be as good or better than what I'm using now, because I'm not looking to downgrade services and features for ease of use, so to speak. So two things that we've been able to drop are Group X Pro, which we use to manage our group fitness software. Love Group X Pro, works really well, nothing wrong with it. But it's as good or better on Smart Health Clubs. So we have one less software to use. Same thing with MindBody. We were using that with one of our studio operations, and we can do everything that we need to do through Smart Health Clubs. So there's no reason to have our members and our clients go into a separate software if they can do it right then and right there. So that was an interesting opportunity. Thirdly, communication with members and staff. It's so nice to have an app that you can send out quick push notifications that pop up on someone's smartphone to quickly communicate a change in class time, having to cancel a class, moving them off the waiting list, and things like that. And Praveen has been very open to implementing email notifications as well. So we're working with him in that regard. Number 4, and this kind of goes to Mike's point about the app and a complete member engagement software. If you think about it, most softwares are software first, and then maybe they have an app that's sort of a mini version or a redacted version of the software, versus Smart Health Clubs was always app first, and then it evolved into a software. So it's not really, I wouldn't categorize it as an app. It is a legit, suite of products, full software of products, but it always started in app-based technology. So the full product is and always will be available through the app and putting these features at your fingertips and the fingertips of your members. So it's not this sort of afterthought that we have to have an app because everybody has an app. It's a legit app, but also a software product. Reporting is coming along nicely. So think about it. Now you have an app that you can actually run group fitness reports of, almost unheard of. I've been on the MindBody app. I've been on a number of apps and we've used a number of them, but it's always been, you got to log in through the desktop to get to a reporting database to get information. And you're able to leverage that through the Smart Health Clubs app. So that's still building and growing and developing every day, but everything that we've seen so far, we're leveraging. Next, I want to talk about requests, customization, when the software, regardless of what it is, isn't exactly what you need it to be. So you'd be like, man, it'd be great if the software could do this. And you sort of contact your account rep, and, Clay could speak to this, through his time in the industry. And I call it the big 4 responses that you get. So take your club management software, for example, because that's easy to digest and everyone has one. How many times have you heard, we'll look into that, good idea, we'll look into it. Number 2, I'm going to send that to our tech team and suggest that they add that to our product roadmap. Number 3, hey, we just can't do that. Really good idea, but we have so many clients, this would change everything for everybody. We just can't do that. And then number 4, which I appreciate and is developing quite nicely, is we can't do that, but we have this integration with this other software that can, or we have an open API so you can tie into it, which is great. We've evolved as an industry, but what that effectively means is you need umpteen other softwares in order to do what you really need to do. So Praveen and Mike will tell you, we've been extremely aggressive with them, sending them spreadsheets of requests that it'd be great if you could do this and you could do that. And not only has Praveen been able to do that, but that's their whole MO, is they want to use feedback from their clients as research and development in order to build what they truly want to build, which is what Mike talked about, which is this full service, member engagement app. And I remember the first time that Praveen told me that, I thought he was out of his mind. I said, there's no way you can be everything to anyone. Like, that's just too much. That's why billing softwares are really focusing on being a billing software and building out integrations and APIs. So, he's and the team over there has done extremely well in developing the software. So it's kind of cool because you get out of it what you put into it. So if you're willing to dedicate time to participate in the feedback loop, you can get the features that you need as long as they make sense. And even if you can't get it exactly how you need it, Praveen's probably going to come up with a workaround and a way to do it. So we really appreciate the effort on that. So I'm about at my time. I'm going to stop there, but I'll leave you with this. I talk to clubs almost every week about Smart Health Clubs. It usually takes me about 30 to 45 minutes to kind of do a deep dive on your business and understanding how Smart Health Clubs might tie into that. So best way to get a hold of me is shoot me a quick message on LinkedIn. And if you want to set aside some time to really talk about how it might be applicable to your business in detail, I'm happy to do that. So I know that's a lot of information. Hopefully it was concise enough. And Mike, Praveen, Brad, appreciate the time.